Good morning from Gotemba, Japan. I absolutely love it here. I've been wanting to make this video for a little while now. You know, even though I bring tons of people to Japan, and everyone is just so very different in this world, I will receive the same questions over and over again, as you can imagine. And let me give you an example. This is usually like a three-tiered question that occurs over a few days. Let's pretend that we are in Tokyo, Japan at the Ginza station. And someone will lean over to me and say, "So Carl, we're going from Ginza station to Asakusa station." And I will say, "Yes." And they say, "So do we take the bullet train?" "Oh no, we take the subway." And they say, "Oh, okay, subway, got it." Then the next day they walk up to me and they say, "Carl, we are in Sugamo and we have to get to Roppongi. So do we take the subway again?" And I say, "No, we take the JR line." Okay, not the subway, the JR line. Okay, try to make a mental note. Then the next day they walk up to me and say, "So Carl, we're in Tokyo station. We're going to Shinagawa station. So we take the JR line?" And I say, "No, we're taking the bullet train." And by that point they are totally confused. It's understandable. There's a three-tier train system in the city of Tokyo, Japan. Let me spend a few minutes just clarifying all of this confusion. I just have two things to say before this video really gets started. Number one, the video will not be too long. Some of my videos are more than 15 minutes or longer. Okay, this is not one of them. Number two, I'll do my best to make this video very easy to understand. When I started this project, I made a deal with myself not to get too specific or complicated. So you can relax. I'm skimming broad strokes here. So you finally decide to travel to Japan and you fly either into Narita or Haneda Airport and you take a train to Tokyo. Then you get off at the train in Tokyo station and you want to get to your hotel. And that requires one or two short train rides from Tokyo station to your hotel's location. And this is what you see. This is the Tokyo train system. I know. Trust me. I know. The first few times I was here, I got lost about 20 times. And until someone who lives in Tokyo actually clearly explained it to me a few times, I'm not going to lie, I had a very tough time grasping it. I would see this and instantly panic. I mean, seriously. Who would look at all of this with the combined feeling knowing that you're 8,000 miles away from home and feel comfortable? My entire childhood, I lived in New Orleans, Louisiana. Now I live in Houston, Texas. Subways and underground train systems were totally foreign to me. I mean, imagine living in Kansas your entire life and now, bam, you're in Tokyo, Japan. Similar to someone who grew up in the Australian outback and is now sitting on the top of an iceberg. I mean, this, for me, was not normal. And this is the greater Tokyo area. Big place, just the land, 5,200 square miles. And allow me to put it in perspective. I live in Houston, Texas. Houston is the fourth largest city in the United States of America. It's big, and Houston is 637 square miles. Tokyo, 5,200. I mean, technically, if you increased the greater Houston area's dimensions 8 times, it is still smaller than the greater Tokyo area. So we're talking about a lot of land, right? Okay. And let's imagine it, all of these little spots are little sections of Tokyo, all over Tokyo. So there's lots of them, by the way. And every section has multiple train stations and main train lines to accommodate their citizens. Imagine these spots are train stations and empty train tracks to use. Now, the Tokyo subway system, called Tokyo Metro, is the biggest subway rapid transit system in the Tokyo area. It uses these existing train lines. To make it clear, I'm going to make these subway lines a light blue color.
This is a remarkably diverse and efficient system that spans enormous sections of Tokyo, connecting one section to the next, station to station, even in different directions. Now there's a second system, an equal train system called the JR line. JR stands for Japan Railway. And for the sake of this video, I'm going to make the JR Railways red. The JR Railways are owned and operated by 7 companies that specifically cater to the railways. The JR lines provide an additional railway system that operates all over Japan, but for this video, we're just sticking to Tokyo. The JR lines also use many of the same stations, but a few different pathways and directions. They don't all share the same lines, and keep in mind that the JR lines are not a part of the Tokyo Metro. The Tokyo Metro system and the JR line are 2 completely different companies that operate for the citizens of Tokyo, and the subway system is primarily underground. A good friend of mine named Akiko told me, generally, and there are exceptions to this, but Tokyo Metro offers underground subways, while many of Tokyo JR lines simply run above ground. So when you start with the Tokyo Metro system, and then you add the JR train system, you get this. But remember, you also have bullet trains. But this is the easy part. The bullet trains, named shinkansen in Japan, is a high-speed rail that connects major stations in Tokyo. Allow me to demonstrate it, I'll make it green. For example, this is Ueno Station, a major station in northern Tokyo. This is the Tokyo main train station itself, and this is Shinagawa Station. The bullet train will take you from one main station to the other. It's not going to go to each subway stop because, well, that's what subways are for, right? Now, when you combine the Tokyo Metro system, the JR system, and then add the Shinkansen system, you get this terrifying visual. And here is the real rail map of Tokyo. But if you stop and try to figure out where to go, it's easy to follow the train lines yourself to find an ideal destination en route. For each destination, you might find a few different paths, and you'll choose the direct path where you want to go. But if you're not sure, you ask the customer service team. 90% of their job is to answer questions, quote the cost of a train ride, stuff like that. I have solved hundreds of problems just by asking a simple question. And if you'd rather not carry money for the train rides, you can purchase a debit-based card system named Suica or Passmo to simply walk through the train gates and swipe your card, or even through your smartphone. And if you're not sure, ask a customer service team member. 90% of their job is to answer questions, quote the cost of a train ride, stuff like that. I have solved hundreds of problems by just asking them a simple question. And if you'd rather not even carry money for the train rides, you can purchase a debit-based card system named Suica or Passmo to simply walk through the train gates, swipe your card, or even through your smartphone. You can always refill the cards when you're running low on your balance. It's easy. And here are 3 pieces of advice. Number 1, if you're staying in Tokyo for a few days, you might not want to get the Suica or Passmo card. It's up to you. But if you plan to stay in Tokyo for a lengthy stay, I'd say get one. Number 2, if you're only planning to stay in Tokyo itself, you're not going to other cities, a $300 rail pass is a waste of your money. If you're only in Tokyo, no rail pass is needed. And number 3, just a reminder, always ask train attendants for advice. Don't panic. Never guess when you're unsure. The attendants are there to help you. Take this advice, and you will find the city of Tokyo is well worth your visit.
Hopefully that explains it for you. I know that it's a very complicated railway system in Tokyo, And quite frankly, I believe that if you landed in Tokyo and you looked at the railway system from afar and you instantly, almost instinctively got it, you'd be a pretty extraordinary individual. Anyway, listen, underneath this video, as always, we provide helpful links and information. And then there's the Contact Us button. Click on it. You can contact me or my staff directly. For JourneyToJapan.com, in the beautiful city of Gotemba, Japan, I'm Carl Rosa. Thank you for watching.